Hey there, guys. Welcome to my channel. My name is Cerise Fairfax, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about mortgages. That's right. A lot of you guys ask me about mortgages. So let's get into the video today. Look at this guy. Just look at this little face. Watch. Hi, you're going to say hi to my YouTube friends. And you're going to say hi to my YouTube friends and my YouTube family? Yes, I just rescued this dog. His name is Nacho. My other dog, for those of you who don't know, is Noche. Like, you just can't write this stuff or make it up, right? His real name is Nacho. And so I have Noche and Nacho, and I rescued him because there's a lot of dogs here in the Dominican Republic that do need rescuing. So if you are a dog lover and you're coming here to relocate, then come on, I can help you get a dog for you too. All shapes, all sizes, all ages. This little guy here is 9 years old. He hardly has any teeth, but he has a big appetite and he has a big heart, and he doesn't even bark. I'm just going to put him on the floor right now so he can walk back over to his bed. Go on back over to your bed, Nacho. Hi, baby boy. There he goes. He loves just chilling out on his new bed that I got him. Oh, he loves it here so far. I got him yesterday. So, guys, oh my gosh, such a big topic today. Mortgages. And the reason why it's such a big topic is because you guys are coming here and you guys are buying. And a lot of you guys, you are living on a budget wherever you come from. And you love the Dominican Republic, but you also want to get in on the boom. And when I say boom, the real estate boom. It is climbing and it is growing like day by day. I just want to give you guys a few examples on how much it's growing, but I do want to first talk about this mortgage just so I can talk about it right off the hop. And then for those of you who want to get back to the video later because maybe you're busy, or for those of you who don't need to listen to the rest of the gems of information because you already know them, I'm just going to talk about what the topic is, and then I will get into more of the other stuff. So I can get you a loan. It's not me giving you the loan, but it is my associate. And he messaged me, and he knows that I have been in the real estate industry here, getting people apartments and rentals, and also real estate in regards to people buying land and people buying homes and condos and studio apartments, all the way up to huge luxury apartments that are on the beach. And he told me, and he's American, and he said to me, you know what, Cerise, tell everyone it doesn't even have to be for a mortgage. It's a loan of up to $400,000 US. Now, here's the catch. You have to have good credit, up to 650 credit score or more. Okay, so anything lower than 650 credit score, unfortunately, you're not eligible. But if you have a credit score of 650, you are eligible and you can get a loan. So one of the lovely things about this loan is you can use it to buy a piece of land and then build on the land, and you can use it to buy a home, what you're looking for right here in the Dominican Republic, and it is a pretty cool deal. So let me give you an example on some of the people that come here. There was a guy like a few months ago. He came here and he was looking into a condo that was for sale for $89,000. And then when he visited the place, he saw one across the hall. And he was like, oh my gosh, I want both. But he only had a budget for one. And and he was like, he didn't want to let go of the deal, and he felt stuck, and he was calling his friends to go in on it with him, and eventually he did find someone to go in on both of them with him, so he was able to get both, and with the choice of eventually buying the other person out. Okay, which wouldn't take very long, because when you do buy a property here and you want to turn it into an Airbnb, it's going to pay for itself almost immediately. I have a place right now, and it's going for $750 a month, a 2 bedroom. And you can put it on Airbnb. You can use it as arbitrage, and you're going to make your money back. Like, you don't have to pay that monthly rent if you promote the place properly. All you do is you pay your deposit, you pay your first month's rent, and that's it. I had someone just a week ago take an apartment. It was $650 for a 1 bedroom. The prices all range, okay, all the time. Depends on where it's at, who the landlord is, how big the place is, and everything. They took it. They paid the deposit. They told the landlord and myself that they were going to be here 2 weeks later, but they were like, Cerise, can you please send me some photos first, because I want to put those photos up on Airbnb before I even get there. And I was like, sure, no problem. They put it up on Airbnb before they even got here, and they are now booked, even in low season coming up. And they're booked. They're like, oh my gosh, they were so shocked, because they're like, this is really a hot deal. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Oh, that felt good. In Jamaica, they say when someone sneezes, it's a true word. A true word, that, And it is a true word. This place is moving and grooving and bumping and grinding, and you are going to get yourself involved here, and you're going to feel good about it, because Sosua is an amazing place. There's a high turnover. People come here and they want to stay longer. So, when you get this loan, it's up to you. You might want to buy yourself a piece of land and build your own building, 2 floors, and put 2 apartments on each floor, and have 4 apartments, keep 2 for yourself, and sell the other 2. Now that's the real deal, Holyfield. That's when we're really talking business. I have seen people do that. I've seen people build a 3-story building, okay, on a piece of land. And then after they built the 3 stories, they kept 2 floors and they rented out upstairs. And you can actually build a 2-story and put 4 apartments on each floor. Keep 4, or even keep 6 and sell 2. Or keep them all, or sell them all. It's totally up to you what you want to do. But this money is not just for you to go buy a home and pay the mortgage off. It is a loan of up to $400,000. Remember, your credit score has to be 650 and higher. A lot of people are coming here now, and they're like, I want to retire. And they don't necessarily want to retire. They can retire, but they're not old. I can't even begin to tell you how many people come here retiring, and they are in their like 50s, sometimes late 40s, depending on what they did, especially a lot of military men and women. They get to retire, they're getting out of the service, they have their pension, they can go to Puerto Plata, to med vets. So if you are a vet, I'm just going to digress for 1 second, and you are from the U.S. military, then you can go to Med Vets in Puerto Plata. Great organization, Med Vets, MEDVET. Check them out. They have a website. Okay, so if you are a veteran, you can go there. But what I'm saying is there are a lot of perks here for people who are in retirement, or even people who aren't retired yet. Let's say you have a really good credit score and you're like, oh my gosh, like you can't own anything where you are from. Let's use Canada or America for an example, since I'm Canadian. And I do know that the real estate in Canada is so expensive. It's correcting itself right now, the market is, but it's just still so expensive. There could be a way for you to own land right here in the #1 destination in the Caribbean. And not only that, it is one of the number one destinations in the world. And not only that, it is economical to live here. Now, of course, the prices are going up each and every day in this area right here. But there are other parts that of the Dominican Republic that aren't even tapped into yet. The main parts right here that a lot of people know about are Boca Chica, Bávaro, Punta Cana, Puerto Plata, Sosua, Cabarete. But there are so many other places, like Gaspar Hernandez is a little town about 40 minutes away, and it is a wonderful place. Probably about 45 minutes away. Wonderful little place with beaches as well, and also rivers. Oh my gosh, the rivers are here are so amazing. You could get a really nice piece of land with a river flowing through it, or in front of it, or behind it, and just cool max and relax and build a home. Or you can build a, sorry, that's a song. Oh my gosh. That's not a good song. You guys know that song? I'm going to digress. You know that song where it goes, build a dun, 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 build. Anyway, that's not even it. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about right now. Sorry. A song's always in my head for everything. And I should not have swore. Anyway, so you guys can get yourself like that cool max and relax, live in the countryside and get to know the culture and the traditions and just enjoy life in paradise. Wake up to the birds chirping and just get yourself even a nice little garden growing. Put in a jacuzzi. And it is safe in the countryside. When I say countryside, what it is more, it's like small towns. Gaspar Hernandez is like a small town. I say Gaspar Hernandez because I love it out there. But even before Gaspar Hernandez, leaving outside of Cabarete, right? Because we have Sosua, then we have Cabarete. After Cabarete, we go into Islabon, Veragua, and then Sabaneta. And then after Sabaneta is Gaspar Hernandez. Imagine all that land, okay? People own and they are selling stuff. And not only that, the prices are less expensive there. You can get a really nice place there, a home, and you can build on top of it. You can build another level on top of it, and you can just take your time doing it, especially if you get yourself a loan. And then if you just rent out the place. Now, of course, you're probably thinking, well, are those places really, are you able to rent out a place if you're all the way out there? Well, sometimes tourists don't want to go out there because nobody's really building out there. There are a lot of places built up out there. Don't get me wrong. Dominicans live out there. Haitians live out there. Foreigners live out there. But it's not really touristy. Okay. But tourists, once they do go there, like once they're here for a little while and they're an expat and then they go exploring, they love those areas. And it is quickly becoming more known and more popular. The reason why is because people are realizing that the Dominican Republic is not just about the tourist area. Please check out my other video that I did just before this one on living on $1,500 a month, because you can do that here. If the Dominicans can live on less than $1,500 a month here, think about it. So can you. And how do they do it? They don't live in the heart of tourism, right? They work there and they go there and they realize that's the tourist area. So they capitalize on tourists going there. But most of the locals here, they live where I live, in an area where you can walk to the tourist area, and an area where you're still going to be able to get all the fruits of your labor. You can go to a colmado, which is a corner mini market. You can go to different stores. You can get whatever. So in these places that I just named to you, outside of Sosua and Cabarete, I'm going to name them again because you may want to write them down. They were Islabon and Veragua, and then also Sabaneta and Gaspar Hernandez. There's also Rio San Juan, and there's also Cabrera. There's all these little spots. So go outside of the box. Look for land and look for homes. Get something that is already building up and you can build on top of it. This is the key, especially if you are retiring, because you can easily get around on the local bus. The local bus goes all the way out to Islaban, Veragua, and Gaspar Hernandez and Real Summit. It just goes. Even public car, which is like, we can say kind of like Uber Pool, okay? They go out there and you can get around. You don't need a vehicle in order to go from town to town to town. It's actually very safe and it's amazing just to get out of the bubble. A lot of people, including myself, I came to Sosua and I live in Cheramicos, and even though I live in the local area, I don't usually go out too much. Every few months, I'll go to Puerto Plata. I go to the spa in the city, and I'll go on the Malecon, but I'm usually not there for more than a few hours. I love where I live, and I live where I love. But I don't own myself. I don't own anything, and maybe one day I will. You see, right now, I'm not interested in owning because I have a pretty cush gig here. I don't have to fix anything. If something goes wrong, I contact my landlord and he is on it right away. He's not one of those landlords that just leaves things hanging. And I really appreciate that. So, I don't want that responsibility of owning anything right now. But if I ever get married or if I ever decide that I'm going to be in a long-term relationship, then absolutely we may want to buy something together. And then I would not buy right here in Sosua, because I love the thought of having a lot of grass. I love just the vision of being close to a river where I could go and walk my dogs, where I can just go and pick bananas off the tree, mangoes off the tree, avocados, and soursop, apples. These fruits grow and fall off the tree. And it's so amazing to be able to witness that. And that's something that I would like. I don't need a swimming pool. I would like to have a jacuzzi and, have a beautiful garden where I can grow my tomatoes and my herbs. I would really like that. And one day, God willing, that will happen. But right now, as a single woman, I'm cool being in the local area and doing a lot of business here. My television show is here as well in the city, like not the city, but in this town. So everything's conveniently located. But I got to tell you something right now. If I had the opportunity to move out to one of those towns, I would just do my television show remotely. I wouldn't have to do it live. I would pre-record it and send it into the studio, because that is something that can be done as well. And I would probably go in once a month to do my television show. Let me digress for 1 second as I'm having this conversation with you guys and talk about my television show, because my television show is the number one English speaking show on the North Coast right here. And it is the number one English speaking show about real estate and relocation. I help people relocate. I help people with real estate. And not only that, my talk show, we just talk about the real deal Holyfield. We talk, like, if you would like to be a guest on my talk show, you're more than welcome. Come on my talk show and tell me how you like the Dominican Republic. Tell me about the who, when, what, where, why, and how of what you're doing here, how you found it, what you love doing here, what you love eating, all that stuff. And we can talk. You just let me know. You can come on my show. It's a live show. We air every single Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. And you can come on and even, advertise your business. But again, I digress. But I just really want to drive home to you guys that you can get a mortgage and you can get a piece of Caribbean property and own something and feel good about owning something if that's what you want to do. And it's very difficult to do that in Canada, in America. People are working so hard day in and day out. They're tired, and they feel like it's even tough for them to pay the mortgage that they have now. Well, imagine if you get a loan and you get yourself like a $75,000 condo or like a $120,000 condo, 3 bedrooms, fully furnished, and right here where you can rent it out and rent it out to someone long term, or you can rent it out to someone short term. You can put it on Airbnb, or you can put it on booking.com. You can put it on wherever. And, YouTube, I can advertise for you. And it could be something that you can rent out, put it on Facebook. These are ways that you can get yourself some extra dough, moolah. But here we call it dinero. And you can get yourself some extra money. You don't charge in pesos, you charge in American dollars. And if you are looking to buy something, please contact me. I do consultations. I will talk to you on the phone. You don't have to be here. Most of my consultations are done via phone on WhatsApp. And we can talk for a half an hour or we can talk for an hour. And we can talk about everything that you would like. Okay, we will talk about bank accounts. We can talk about barber shops. We can talk about restaurants, and we can talk about real estate, residency, anything that you want to talk about. We'll talk about. I really love the Dominican Republic, and the reason why I love it is because I feel like I'm at home. I came here on vacation 5 years ago. And well, actually, I came on vacation. May 22nd will be 5 years ago. And I stayed, May, let's say middle of May, for argument's sake. And I stayed for 2 weeks. Before that, I used to go to Cuba all the time. Every 3 months, I was going to Cuba. And I would stay for like 5 days in Cuba, 6 days in Cuba, 7 days. But I could never stay any longer than that because the internet back then in Cuba was just so sketchy. Everything was protected because it was communist and you couldn't get on at certain times. And it was staggering constantly. And I couldn't stay there and get work done. So when I found out that the internet here is just like how it was in Canada, I was like, whoa, I booked a 2-week trip and I came here and I stayed for the 2 weeks. I didn't want to leave. I went back to Canada for 6 weeks. I came back here and never left. I can remember when I went back to Canada, after being there for a week, I took my son out. Hi, Tyree. I took my son out for lunch. And we lived downtown Toronto. And I said to him, sweetheart, I think I need to go and finish my vacation. Like my heart keeps calling me back. Something's calling me back to the Dominican Republic and I can't explain it. And he looked at me and he's like, but Mom, when you go to Cuba, like after 3 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, like he's like, you feel like you want to come back home. And I'm like, yeah, but the internet in the Dominican Republic is like pretty good. I feel like I'm living in Toronto when I'm in the Dominican Republic, but except better weather. And he was like, And he looked at me and he's like, Mom, that's not a vacation. That's a calling. You're answering a calling. He's like, you should go. So I did with his blessing and I came and the rest was history. And I stayed and I've been here ever since. And I've been helping so many people come here, all from all around the world, even Jamaica, which is another Caribbean country, just I think 90 miles across the water. So you see, all different people from all walks of life come here. And I'm encouraging you to come as well. Come, love it, live the life here. And again, you're so welcome on my television show. And if you can't come on my television show because you're just not here on a Wednesday, come do a cameo with me on my YouTube channel. All right? I would really love that if you guys could do that. Guys, I'm going to let you go now because I've just been talking your ear off and I went all over the board on this video. But I do want to say July 16th will be my 5th year anniversary here. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do at all, but that's just in 2 months from now, pretty much 2.5 months from now. And I am super duper stoked about it. I'll probably just sit at home with my dogs and watch some Netflix movies, maybe some comedies. I just really love stand-up comedies and just cool max and relax. It's just a great time to be able to do that here on this island. All right, guys, I love you. Please, if you're interested in this type of content, you can help my channel grow for free, and I would love for you to do that. And if you're interested in my videos, that's great. Go ahead and subscribe. Do me an extra little favor and hit the like button, just so I know that you like this video. Because, you know, I do so many different videos. I do videos on real estate, relocation. I do videos on story time as well. I love story time. I'm a writer as well. So as soon as I hear a story from someone, bam, you know, I do that. And yeah, it's just a little bit of everything. So stick with me. Take a chance on my channel. Go ahead and subscribe. Share it with people. And do me a favor. Put down below where you're watching this video from. That's really special to me because I like to know who you are and where you're from. All right, guys, if you have any more questions, my number is right there. You can just copy it down, put it in your cell phone, save it, and hit me up as well on WhatsApp. Not on text because I can't respond to text. I receive texts, but I can't respond to them. On WhatsApp. Contact me on WhatsApp. It's the best thing to do because even when you email me, I will say, please contact me on WhatsApp. Because on WhatsApp, we can get so much more personal. I really love it because we can leave voice notes back and forth. I can send you videos really easily. And it's just a way stronger form of communication and so convenient. So add my number on WhatsApp, even if you're not ready to come yet and you don't have any clue when you're coming, but you're still just doing research. Let me know. Just leave me a message. Say, hi, Cerise. This is my name. Please save my number in your phone. And I will save your number and my contacts. And then you will be able to see what I put on my status each day. And sometimes I just put up little things about business that I'm running. And sometimes I'll put up available apartments for rent and places for sale. And you never know, it could just be one apartment that grabs your fancy and you're like, whoa, I want that. I'm ready to come. Or it could be like a sale where you're like, hey, yeah, I think I do want to get that loan rate now. Okay. So I love you guys. Huge hugs, loads of love, big blesses. Take a moment to subscribe, hit that like button, comment down below where you're from. And I love you. Mwah. Dios te bendiga. That means God bless you.